votes. And we have enough City voting power here to change anything that needs to be changed.
Politics, progress, game boards, objects viewed like pawns till we change up our mindset. The value of the dollar's at the center of this conflict. Their lives only matter if they serve to make a profit. But if a midget sees further on the shoulders of the giant, then we should see further than the tyrant and build a future within alliance where success is our science in the quest to go higher. It's the heart of the city.
This is HeartCity TV. I'm your host, Kendall Chase. Welcome home. I'm so excited. This is my first episode sitting in this host seat. The first episode of many. I'm nervous. I'm anxious. I'm excited. God has so much in store for both myself and HeartCity, and I'm truly ready to embrace that. I recognize and I'm humbled by the impact that HeartCity has had on our community and all those that have had the opportunity to hear or see our work. And today, I am gracious. I am grateful to be sitting right here to lead us in this effort. And so today's show topic, everybody, is all in a family. We are celebrating the impact that our families have on our everyday life and our communities and our businesses. And our guests, they embody the spirit of family. They are truly what I like to call HeartCity family. So you'll hear their stories and you'll learn more about their work and how they've touched our community, how they serve on a daily basis and ensure that we have healthy and strong families in our city. And so at HeartCity, we always open our show with prayer. Today is no different. And so it's my pleasure to bring to you, my pastor, my spiritual leader. I appreciate so much this man. You guys really don't have a clue. He is none other than Pastor Michael Steele. He is the family pastor at New Life Baptist Church in Concord, North Carolina. Concord, stands up. Pastor Mike, how are you today?
Hey, I'm doing well today. I hope and pray that you are. Congratulations. You know, I am so excited about this new opportunity for you. I heard about it early on when you and I were discussing it, and now it is here. To see the love, to see the works of your labor of love come to fruition. What I meant to say, it's just incredible. And so I'm good. I know that you're good. You look great. I'm just excited for you.
You know, so Pastor Mike, you normally get to see me when I'm working with those young people, so I don't get as spiffy as I do, as I am right now. So I'm a little different, but I am grateful to have you on air with me because you have been such a spiritual leader for myself and for my family. And as you stated, you've been there during this entire journey of new career path, of embracing what God has in store for me, and trying truly to let what he has for me shine through me. And so with that, knowing all that you know about both me, but also what you know about our world and what's happening in our world, what's happening in our community, I'm going to ask you to share with us the 2-minute prayer for the city.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let us go to the Lord in prayer today. Lord, we thank you for this opportunity to be here today. We thank you for Heart of the City. We thank you for the commitment of this group of individuals that work together to make a difference in the world around them. They don't take this for granted. They see an issue and they engage with the issue. Thank you for this new host, Sister Kendall Chase. Thank you for what you're doing in her life and where you are taking it. You're taking this show from one glory to the next. Thank you for Brother Malik and the legacy that he created. I pray that you would continue to take him to the next level in his life. And Lord, I also pray now for our city. Lord, the cities that we live in, we see shortcomings all around us. We see areas or places that are potential for growth. I pray, Lord, that you would help us to minimize the question of why, but to ask the question of what is it that you would have me to do? What is it, Lord, that I should be learning from this experience? Whatever those experiences might be. If we come away from those experiences having learned something, then those experiences were indeed fruitful. I pray right now that you would be with city leaders, you would be with government, state, local, national even. Lord, have your will and your way. Let this program be a blessing to someone today. Change hearts and lives. Change our nation and our world for the cause of Christ. This is our prayer, and we make it in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you so much, Pastor Mike. I muted myself by accident. But I'm excited. Thank you. So Pastor, what's happening on your side of the kingdom?
So, being a pastor has its challenges. It has its challenges. So there's good and things that we're celebrating. And then on the very same token, there's some things that we're not celebrating. Like, we can go from being happy and exuberant because someone in your ministry, one of those persons that works very closely with you in ministry, now has a brand new show, and we're so excited and motivated. That would be you. And we're excited, motivated, and happy, and we lift her up to let others know that she is a shining beacon and an example of what it means to follow Christ. And then the Lord continues to exalt you. So we go from that extreme to the extreme of the other day, 2 days ago, we lost
one of our young people.
Yeah, 24 years old. I just got a call from the family not 5 minutes before I joined you that they are charging a young lady that shot him with first-degree murder. And so it's challenging. So it goes from extremes. My world, not to be a damper on your show because it's not that moment, because I'm thankful that he knew Christ. And so I just say that it goes from extremes, and I do my best because, here's the thing. I still have a wife. I still have children, and I still have people that lean on me and depend on me. And I can't fold up. I can't throw up. I can't throw in the towel. I have to keep moving forward and do what needs to be done. Can I do it in my own strength? Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
I do it in the strength of the Spirit of God and the power of God.
But I think you bring up, just in what your daily life is like, the struggle that we have as a community. We are living with celebrations galore. This weekend, we looked at our Facebook and social media feeds and saw nothing but beautiful young people making decisions that will impact the rest of their lives. On Saturday, May 1st was decision day. And so my feed was filled with college-bound students and all this Black excellence and young people excellence going up and down my feed. And then in the same breath, the loss of life. And we lost 2 lives with that loss, because there's a young lady that her life has changed forever, and her family, as well as the young person that is physically no longer here. And so I thank you so much for continuing to not just cover Heart City in prayer, but all cities in prayer, as I know you do every day. You have your Monday motivation on Facebook. You are the marriage guru, helping families and couples that are marriage bound, as well as couples that are knee deep in it, stay healthy and thriving. And you're the family pastor of New Life Baptist Church in Concord, North Carolina. So, Pastor Mike, can you share with our audience how they can reach you and follow you and work that you're doing in the world?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So if you, audience, would like to connect with me personally, you can find me on Facebook at Michael Steele, or you can find me at The Marriage Guru on my Instagram page, and that's what I go by on there. So also have a Facebook page that is The Marriage Guru, so you can find me there as well. Also, if you would like to contact me at the church, you can find me at newlifeconcord.org. And that's a way to connect with me. I'm there on the webpage. You can find me there and reach me anytime on the webpage, and I promise you I'll follow up with you in the next 48 hours after you contact us on the webpage. So that's the easiest way to reach me, and love to connect with your listeners, and do my best to be a blessing to them, and maybe they can be a blessing to me as well.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Pastor Mike. I'm so grateful that you chose to come on with me today. Thank you for always being there for me and for HeartCity TV. All right, guys, we're going to go to a commercial, and on the other side, we're going to have Aunya Grimsley and Malcolm Yates. This is HeartCity TV.
Philadelphia OIC fights poverty with education and job training. OIC will prepare you for a career with good wages. Learn about free training programs at philaoic.org or call 215-236-7700. We operate a safe environment with masks and social distancing. For a better tomorrow, call Philadelphia OIC.
We're back, and this is HeartCity TV. The show topic today is all in the family, and we have two individuals that embody that in their everyday work. They are making impacts and contributions to our community that have lasting effect on us all. We have Miss Aunya Grimsley, the Director of Community Engagement. And we have Mr. Malcolm Yates, the Director of Government Relations, And they're both coming to us from the Philadelphia Health Management Corporation, also known as PHMC, doing great work out in our community. Welcome home, Aunya and Malcolm. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much for letting us be here.
Thank you. For all those that don't know, when I say this is all in the family, this is all in the family. And so I'm grateful. Thank you, family, for joining us today. I know we're talking about family, but it's also having family surround you, because I truly believe that we don't do this in silos. We don't work in silos. We work a lot of times with our family, but then we grow our family by bringing others into the fold, and they become like family. And that's really what inspires the work that we're doing. So you guys are here to talk about Mercy Hospital in West Philadelphia and what is happening down there in West Philadelphia at Mercy. But before we get here, Aunya, can you share with our listeners or our viewers about what exactly does PHMC do? Who are they to our community?
Absolutely. Thank you for having us, Chase. I'm so excited for you. Congratulations on your first show. Absolutely happy to join you on this first one, this inaugural opportunity for you. PHMC has been around for almost 50 years. We like a couple of months shy of 50. We are, as you said, Public Health Management Corporation, also known as PHMC. We oversee about over 350 programs all across the city, all focused on public health. So whether that's education, whether that's research, whether that's government affairs, whether that's child welfare, whether that's drug and alcohol, anything that involves people in their health, we are at the focal point of that. And so really happy to continuously serve our community.
Yes.
I always say that we're all around, and people don't even know that we're all around them.
Right.
So many programs, so many staff, just all around the city. And so we're just really happy to continuously be able to serve and provide what our communities need.
That's pretty awesome. I think you're right. Most people don't realize when they look at a different program that PHMC is right there with them, serving day in and day out. We think of them as this big conglomerate, sitting up high in Center City, but they're actually knee deep in our communities doing work every single day. Malcolm, you are on the team as the Director of Government Relations, and you have a unique role because a lot of times we like to separate the two. This is the service that we do and this is the government over here, but you're here to kind of merge the two. Can you kind of explain to our audience a bit about how your unique role on the team plays out for them?
Sure, you hit it right on the head. It is a merge of the two, and that's why Aunya and myself is here, because you can't do one without the other. I believe that all work needs to have the community and community engagement, and that community engagement will also spark the engagement from the political leader or from the elected official. So being able to marry the two, and having them understand that we need to continue to do things for the community, and that their role as a political official is necessary. Is just has been now my job, and to make sure that we see that importance. And now that we here at the Cedar campus, or now we're calling it the Cedar campus, Mercy now called the Cedar campus, and Aunya and our job is to make sure that everyone in the community knows that we are there for that community, from the grassroots up to the state officials.
So Aunya, tell us more. What's happening at the Cedar campus of Mercy Hospital?
Absolutely. So formerly Mercy Hospital, way back in the day, Misericordia Hospital on 54th and Cedar, is now officially called PHMC's Public Health Campus on Cedar. And we're so excited about this transition. It officially happened March 25th of this year. So we're almost a month into all the excitement, a little bit over a month into the excitement. This collaboration, it's in partnership. PHMC is the owner and operator of the building and the campus, but we're doing this in partnership with what we call our core partners, which would be Penn Medicine, CHOP, and as well as IBC, which is Independence Blue Cross. We're so happy that they agreed to join us on this venture. People say, they think the hospital is closed. It's not up and running. It is up and running. The emergency room is still open. Inpatient services is still happening, and those things are being overseen by Penn Medicine. And so we're really excited that Penn is leading the way for us in keeping that building alive and running. As we journey towards that being a full, wellness hub for our community.
That's interesting that you bring up it being a wellness hub. That's exactly what one would call it. And typically we don't have hubs like that in that region of West Philadelphia. Talk to me a little bit about why it being a wellness hub was so important to the mission and vision of PHMC as they opened that campus.
Absolutely. So, I always say, you go to the emergency room because you broke your arm and you need, to get it casted up. And we think that that's great. We want you to come and get your cast and get what you need. But we also want to service the full person. And one, we recognize that our environment in which we live in has to change in order for people to have this healthy living aspect. And so we're going to fix your arm. And if you need mental health and behavioral health services, we're going to do that too in that building. If you need food security, we want to do it in that building too as well. And one of the other unique points about this collaboration is that we recognize that the community is where it is. They make the best decisions for their people. And so we're leaning on the leaders in the community and the residents in the community to really tell us what they need so that we can not only just offer them what they need, but also that we can bring them into the hospital so they can offer what they're experts in. And so my job is to really connect with the community, connect with those grassroots organizations that have been there so long and who have been doing the job, and really blend a happy marriage. So I really see myself as a liaison between the community and the core partners, really making sure that all needs are met. And so we're just so excited that this is very different from all the other hospitals in the city, and that this is really like a community hospital. And so we're just really excited that the community has welcomed us with open arms, and they're excited and we're excited, and I'm up for the challenge.
So Malcolm and Aunya, you guys, I'm hearing, are both West Philly natives. You are from this community. So this is personal for you. Malcolm, talk a little bit about why this particular project has been so important to you.
You hit it right on the nose. It's personal for me is because, one of the first jobs I got out of high school was working as hospital security there. So to come back full circle and seeing some of the friends and the co-workers that I had there is just remarkable to see. I tell a story all the time about how important it was that a friend of mine worked there for a while, and when it was transitioning, he was a little bit upset that he wasn't sure if he was going to have a job. He has a wife and kids, and he was trying to figure out what was next. And then once PHMC had purchased the building, and then he was allowed to they rehired him, and he got his job back, and he has his tenure there, over 20 years of working there. So just hearing that story from a personal friend of mine, and then knowing that community, because I grew up on 52nd Street, 51st and Hazel to be exact, and I went to the Catholic school, Transfiguration, down the street. So I used to walk past Mercy on Misericordia all the time, and knowing that its importance to the city, know its importance to that community, I just wanted to be a vital part of keeping that there, and making sure that we go to the next level with it.
So Aunya and I were both St. Rosa Lima kids, a little bit further north. You guys in basketball pretty often, so very familiar with that area. But you're absolutely right. So, what I'm hearing is that PHMC valued the work that current employees were already doing, and they ensured that their livelihood and their legacy for their family was kept in place. New company, but they were able to keep their tenure. That's major, because that's part of what we're able to give to our family and how we provide. And so I'm just truly grateful that you guys saw fit to come and join us today and share this. Aunya, tell our audience how they can reach you and what they can do if they want to be a part of what, PHMC is doing at the Cedar campus.
Absolutely. So you guys can look us up online at phmc.org. You can also email me at agrimsley@phmc.org, or you can use my phone number, which is 267-398-3533, and I'll be happy to answer all your questions. As I said, the campus is open, and we welcome you in for any of your needs. And if there is something specific that I can do for any organization out there in the West and Southwest neighborhood, or any other neighborhood in the city, because PHMC is not only citywide, but statewide, and we're one of the largest public health organizations in the nation. So we want to be able to help. So if there's anything that we can do to assist, please feel free to reach out to me.
That's awesome. And Malcolm, how can our audience reach you?
Sure, you can reach out to me at all my social media handles are the same as Malcolm J. Yates. So you can always find me on Instagram, Facebook, and even Twitter at Malcolm J. Yates.
Thank you so much, Aunya and Malcolm, for all that you guys are doing. We're going to go to the EKGs with Janelle Bechdol. I am so excited to have my sister up next. Malcolm, Aunya, I'm grateful. I'm thankful for all that you guys are doing in our community, and for the hard work that you're putting in, making sure our community still has a health hub right there for them to access. Thank you, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
So as I stated, up next, we have the EKGs with Janelle. Janelle is a Heart City favorite. Janelle, I'm so excited to be on.
Am I a part of history today? I think I'm a part of history. This feels historic. This feels epic. I am so proud of you. Ah, this is so good.
Virtual hug.
Yes, you look beautiful. The show is in such good hands. So I'm just honored.
I'm grateful. You know, a lot of times when we talk about legacy, we think of it in a stance of one person and all the work that they do. And when Heart City, the team, and Malik came to me and said, hey, we want the legacy to continue, but we want a new voice to be a part of it.
Yeah.
I was like, me?
Yes, you.
I have good talent.
I did not bat an eye. I was like, oh yes, this is just natural.
So that's, you know, that's awesome. That I get to be a part of, yes, history, the history of Heart City TV and the Heart City family. So I'm grateful. And so, you know, you talk about how excited you were, but I'm gonna tell you, there's so much excitement around this show, and I'm humbled by it. There are so many people in comments on both Facebook and YouTube. And do you mind? I'm gonna shout out a few people on here.
Shout them out.
All right. So Girls High stands up. We got Chef Kimberly Fonville. We have Auntie Lou from Vivacious Lou, and we have Miss Sonia Sessoms. These girls, they mean everything to me. When Girls High shows up, we show up strong. That is my alma mater, 240. And we have Nicole Barrett. Oh, I'm sorry, Nicole is Girls High too. She's 239. We also have my baby boy, my 8-year-old, is taking his break in between classes, and he wrote on here, "Hi, mommy." Do you guys know? Because I pride myself on being a mommy and a worker, you know, finding that balance. And
we're beautiful children on our Zooms.
My girl Sherelle, Coach Stan, Devon, all of you, thank you so much. Marvin, I'm grateful. I'm honored that you guys saw fit to not only come on, but to subscribe, to like, to comment. That means everything. So thank you, sis. It's EKG time. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm ready too. It's EKG time.
This is the EKG, the part of the show where we place America front and center on the monitors of the American people. We will look for irregularities in the heartbeat, offer solutions on the issues we find in order to make America healthy once again. So fire up the machine. Let's start the EKG.
Our first story today is about a gentleman from South Carolina. And this one, you know, we talked about this story ahead of time, and it was definitely daunting for us. We looked at, Janelle, you and I, we looked in the eyes of the man, Bobby Paul Edwards. He has subjected John Christopher Smith to years of abuse, and he would even beat him with pots and pans. And in 2018, he pled guilty to forced labor charge because he had this man working over 100 hours a week with no pay. And it was brought to the attention of the authorities because an employee's mother-in-law had overheard them talking about what was happening to their co-worker, and she couldn't sit and let it continue. So she went and told the authorities to go check this out. John Christopher Smith, he is developmentally delayed, adult, working, thriving, doing well.
Yeah.
He was being abused.
Yeah.
When Bobby was charged and convicted, the court awarded, you know, John, they awarded him $273. But this is the interesting piece. The Court of Appeals, the Federal Court of Appeals said, absolutely not. That is not enough. He has done far too much damage to this man. He has benefited. He has profited. He should pay him twice that amount. And they re-awarded him $546,000. A new settlement. Sis,
Well, if you ask me, double that initial. So the initial pay was a result of the wages that were missed out on.
Right.
So that's not even doing the right thing. That's abuse.
Just paying them. Just
Where
pay.
the tax is at on that, right? So like, let's pause there. So then you're gonna double it to make yourself feel better. Still, all just a drop in the bucket. I think what's really interesting about this article, particularly, and I say article versus the story. The story itself is truth and it's factual and it's heartbreaking. The article brings up and introduces and reminds us that human trafficking is still happening and it's happening on our watch. And although there have been movies, although there have been books, and a lot of us, if you're like me, tend to think sex trafficking, right? This is a form of human trafficking to manipulate someone psychologically and a workforce to the point where they are afraid. In the article, there's a quote where the gentleman says, like, he was afraid to leave because he was afraid that his boss would come and find him and kill him. This is human trafficking. This is what this looks like. There's a point in time when the boss actually branded him with and seared him with a hot.
Can you imagine?
I can't. Yeah. So all of that to say, the biggest thing I think that I took away from this, first is that the money piece is just there's not enough. There's not enough money that you could possibly pay someone. And secondly, the challenge for us and for me in particular is to really take a look at how does human trafficking show up in our everyday lives?
In our everyday lives. Because had it not been for a co-worker's mother-in-law.
Leave it to a woman, right? She's like, look, I heard
this ain't right
here, right? So
this ain't right.
And we have that responsibility. I think some of us are like, oh, what would I do in that situation? Or you look at someone, maybe, and you're like, oh, that looks like it could be a dangerous situation. But really, this story highlighted for me what made it, what convicted my heart was to say, this is a grown man who is in a human trafficking situation.
Yes.
And there is something really sick there about the way our world operates. And we need to check everyone. We have to have a critical eye on everything.
It really, for me, it helped me understand that we have to redefine how we see vulnerable people and what vulnerability looks like and what abuse looks like, because we can't just have a blanket viewpoint of abuse and then say this person doesn't fit into it. You could say that gentleman was big. He can take over him. He can overpower him. None of those things matter, because the fact is, he was abused.
Yes.
He was humanly trafficked. He had been a human traffic victim daily. And many people watched it happen until one person said, enough is enough. This should not be happening. And so we definitely, I think this story definitely helped us understand that we need to pay attention and we need to be willing to speak up. When it doesn't sit right with us, speak up. We have to look at each other as family. Look at each other as family. All right, sis, we got one more article. Yeah, one more. And I absolutely love this article about Joshua Nelson. Joshua Nelson is at St. Charles West High School, and he is a graduating senior. And he got accepted and awarded a scholarship from Southeast Missouri State College. He's going to pre-optometry. I'm excited. He's going to be a majoring in biomedical science.
Yes.
Man said, well, I had been saving. I didn't plan to use scholarship. I didn't know I was getting a scholarship. What am I going to do with this scholarship money? And he said, you know what? I got to bless somebody else. I got to bless another one of my classmates to, with this, because I've been blessed. I want to share my blessings. Listen, Janelle, you know how we feel about the babies.
Yes.
I want to just go to Missouri and hug on Joshua. I want to give him a pre-corona hug because I just thought this was so telling about the young man. He was being so selfless in his acts. He could save that money. That could be part of his savings.
Yeah.
You know, so during this week, we just experienced Decision Day. And we saw all these young people. How did this article like make your little spirit feel?
Well, I am a financial coach, and what I have to say is the principles of stewardship as they pertain to whoever you pray to, but me over here, it is me and the Lord, right? So when you are like, hey, I want to be a good steward of finances. And whether that's for me, whether that's for someone else, all of us have dreams of legacy, and we have them early. You don't have to be a grown-up to have these big dreams. So what I love so much about this young man is that to save up $1,000 at 18 years old, I don't know what you're doing to do that, but it probably took some time, right?
It did.
And so he's sowing seeds each time he says, let me take some from my paycheck or some from my, however I'm earning my money, and I'm going to set it to the side. Right. And the way blessings work, right, is each of those seeds, each time he transferred funds to a savings account to reach 1,000, it was literally like a new seed. And so what's happening is he has an abundance of blessings. And because he had prepared and stewarded well, he is able to not just bless. It's not just a one-to-one, but if you go to at the bottom of the website, now I'm just going to call this out verbally. It is MacScholarSCW.weebly.com.
Yes.
/donations, right? There is the Joshua Nelson Leaders in Action Scholarship.
He's taking it.
So he started the seed. He's like, my blessings, I'm already cared for. I'm going to start the seed. Now, it wasn't just the one-to-one, because he's invited all of us to come alongside and partner with him. Like, you can go on to now and click on and donate. And so I hope that all of us, myself, you included, would take our blessings and add to his seed, because this is phenomenal. And it's going to go far beyond just a one-to-one.
Exactly. Joshua has planted something.
Yes.
Planted something in his community that he is asking all of us to contribute and help grow for his peers, for the next generation. I'm just super proud of Joshua and all the young people out there that are making these kinds of entrepreneurship, investment, sowing decisions. And I'm seeing them so much this weekend. Audience, we are going to post these articles on our social media page. We are going to post the link so that you can check out Joshua's scholarship fund and contribute, so that he's invited you. Come and join him in sowing a seed. He's invited you. Take him up on the invitation. Janelle, my sister, I am so grateful. I am so grateful, sis. Came and joined us today, joined me today. I'm grateful for your prayers. You don't know how that text earlier just settled.
I'm like, you are covered on every side, every single side. Look at your whole tribe. I'm in the comments. This is momentous.
This is, and as you stated, like the comments in there, my mom has joined the feed. Guys, do y'all know how hard it is to get mamas to know how to work YouTube? This could be challenging. My mama used YouTube.
Yeah, my mom would be asking, what time does it come on?
So I want to thank you, sis, for joining us for the EKGs, for adding your wisdom, your insight to the conversation. You are always a pleasure to have in our studio. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and blessings on blessings on blessings. I am so excited for not just today, but every day hereafter with you as the host. So thank you, Kendall.
Thank you, sis. So up next, we have Miss Sharontina V. Huzzy. I am excited about this young lady. This young lady has been in my life since she graduated the 8th grade at Barrett Middle School in South Philadelphia. She has just truly warmed my heart. I remember receiving from her in the mail at my office an invitation and an announcement to her graduation from Temple University. And I cried tears of joy then. Sharontina has done some amazing work in our community. Her story is just breathtaking, and she has grown up to be this amazing woman, and I'm just so proud of her. You are the co-founder of Native Crown. You are the founder of the Business Research Lady. You have not one, not even two, but 3 degrees, 2 masters, and a bachelor's degree.
Yes.
And you've been helping businesses begin by helping them research their work, prepare their plan, sow their seed properly, nurture their seed. Because for a long time, you were for the Philadelphia Library, you were a business librarian.
Yes.
Stand up. Now, I normally don't do this for Central grads, but you're special to me. You're special to me. Central, stand up. She's one of your own. I tried to talk her into Girls High, but she had made her mind up, decided to go to Central. It's okay. It's okay. We can have them all. But Central, stand up. She's one of your own. Temple, stand up. She is one of your own. And so, baby girl, welcome home.
Thank you. First, I just want to say I'm so proud of you on your inaugural show, and thank you so much for inviting me to be a part of it. I'm so happy for you.
Listen, I saw you pop up on my social media feed, and I have been praying about what this show should look like. It had been very quiet, but we were working on things, and I am really, truly trying to walk the talk for myself, right? Walk what I give to other young people. And I said, when he gives it to you, you know it, and you have to just act. And I saw this beautiful picture of you with your head tossed back, and the joy in your spirit, Sharontina, just spoke to me. And I said, that is the epitome of what All in the Family looks like. Hey, this, you floor me. And so I'm humbled that you chose to come on with me today. Baby girl, tell the world all about who Miss Sharontina Huzzy is. Tell us.
Thank you. So I am a native of South Philadelphia, born and raised in the inner city of Philadelphia. I was raised by a strong grandmother who is my absolute everything.
That's right.
She's instilled so many great values and just a love for helping people. And that's where I get that from. I have been blessed to be able to be nurtured by a loving family who has supported me in every single decision and walk and choice that I've made in my life, whether it's educational or entrepreneurial. They have just been a great support. And I give all credit to them for just instilling and encouraging me along the way. Because of my grandmother's love and her nurturing, I was able to get many accolades educationally. Like you mentioned, Temple, Clarion University, LIM College in New York City. I've just been able to get access to so many different resources just by them pushing me and instilling me to do my very best with what I had. I haven't had the greatest story. I have a history of a mother who struggled with incarceration and an absent father, but my grandmother was the core, and that's who I always go to. And so any accomplishment I've had, anything you've listed, I give all credit to her, and I just thank her for her example and what I've been able to do, in my work. In terms of supplying help to businesses, a year ago I became a business librarian for the city of Philadelphia after getting my degree in library science, and it's been a great joy to just help the entrepreneurs of Philadelphia get access to information, especially the research. A lot of entrepreneurs skip that part, the research part, and it's such an integral part of building a sustainable business. Social media is great, word of mouth is great, marketing is great, but if you don't have a solid foundation, if you don't know what's going on in your industry, if you don't know where your customers are, if you don't know who your competitors are, you can't flourish long term. And so that's where I get joy in just helping entrepreneurs be their best selves and, give what they have to offer.
So what, along your journey, because, the young lady that I remember was totally into fashion,
Yes.
and you were hobnobbing with Tyra Banks and heading up to New York to Vogue and blog. And I was just like, look at her. She's doing these awesome things. And then you said, I'm going to be a librarian. I was like, well, I know she loves books. She absolutely loves books. But how did you get to that point where you said, you know what, I'm going to go and get a degree in library science? Like,
yes. I know it seems very random to a lot of people, but after graduating from Temple University, as most college graduates are, you're just looking for a job, and so I applied for a city position as a library assistant, and so I worked as a library assistant, kind of just supporting the operational aspects of the library for about 5 years. And in my time there, I watched the librarians who were the leaders in that space, and I said, you know what? I am a leader at heart. I want to do that. I want to be that and provide more to people in my community. And so I went to school, and school is one of my favorite things. It's really like a hobby to me. I went and got the degree about 1.5 years, and as soon as I got the degree, they were like, "You're hired." So that's kind of the trajectory. I know it was random, but I did work in the library system for a number of years, and I just saw the value that librarians were able to provide to the community, and they were so invaluable. And I wanted to kind of get more of that outside of just being an assistant supporting that role.
Right. So what you're saying is that librarians are cooler than the Dewey Decimal System. And for those that are a little younger than me, you guys, sorry, we had the Dewey Decimal System.
It's still there.
Children's stories to people during story hours. What you're saying, they actually are able to help you prepare for your next step. They're gatekeepers of information.
Oh, by all means, they are the ultimate gatekeeper, and their ultimate goal is to provide access to information, and that's where they get their greatest joy. Just being able to show someone how to use a resource, or showing someone how to search for a book using the Dewey Decimal System. They just get joy in providing resources, and I just love giving access to information, no matter what it is, especially in the business space. But that's where I get the joy. And librarians are cool, by the way, just to let everyone know. They are really cool.
You look pretty cool to me. So you recently took on a new, I don't even want to call it a role. You are an entrepreneur. Right. You have these 2 amazing businesses. One you have with the partner, and one you're doing as a solo endeavor. So tell me a little bit about the business research lady.
Yes, I know. So the business research lady was born out of my role as a business librarian. So as a librarian, we are limited in scope as to what we can provide to our patrons. It's more about curating resources and handing those resources to people and saying, here's how to use it. Here's what to do with it. Go on your merry way. But I knew that I could provide more, and I wanted to kind of be more of an advocate and an accountability partner to those business owners who were, struggling. Like, you can give them a resource, but if you don't equip them with the tools to be able to use it effectively and use it for long-term growth, it pretty much stops there. And so I wanted to do more and, really drive home that point of research to build sustainable businesses. So that's how that was born. And I know that in this new role, I will be able to provide more value. And that's ultimately what it's all about, providing value to those business owners.
That's pretty amazing because, here at Heart City, we do host quite a bit of business owners. Entrepreneurship is kind of the heart we feel like of our community. Yes. And so we unfortunately see entrepreneurs start and then they have to stop because they can't sustain it. And you're giving them the opportunity to not just access it, because a librarian can give you access, but guide them and to help be their accountability partner to doing the background work, the stuff that we don't see, you know, the stuff that makes their business stand out, makes their t-shirt business more than just the design.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And so who can utilize your service? How, you know, where would they find you?
So the Business Research Lady is officially launching on May 22nd, and you'll be able to find it at businessresearchlady.com. But entrepreneurs in all stages can have access to this service. I primarily want to target startups because they struggle the most with just all of the foundational aspects of starting a business, from research to business structure formation. Again, you know, finding their target market. My goal is to help them eliminate wasting money and wasting time. The two most valuable things that entrepreneurs can give up. Right. I want to help them not waste those two valuable resources. And so that's the core of that. And so businessresearchlady.com, anyone can utilize this, but especially startups. Established business owners can also utilize the service because I also have, you know, business plan services. So if you need a revamp on your business plan, or you just need a second set of eyes to look at it to help you, you know, kind of reframe it, you know, if you're presenting to investors or lenders, I can help with establishing those documents. And I'll have a number of business resources. So it goes across the spectrum, from startups to established businesses. I'm here for you.
I think that's, I love personally the way you are able to articulate for our audience the vastness of your services. You know, Tisa Silver Kennedy, she said, an advocate and accountability partner for the biz folks.
Yes.
Business research lady. I mean, I think that really speaks to it, because you talk about how you can help a startup, right? Not waste their time and their money. But I'm just thinking of all the established businesses that don't have a business plan.
Oh my goodness. You'd be surprised.
Their business to the next level. And they need to circle back and get some of that foundation put into place. And they really don't know how to kind of get their head out of the weeds. And you can help them do all of that, you know. And then this is not your only entrepreneurship endeavor. Like, you are doing more than that. You are doing the Native Crown. What is that? And how did that become your baby?
Native Crown is my joy. So my best friend Shakira and I, we started Native Crown in the middle of a global pandemic. I know that was absolutely insane. We went to high school together, we went to college together, and we always dreamed of starting a business together. And so with our shared love for natural hair, beauty, kind of natural products, we said, you know what, this is the perfect avenue. And so originally it started as just us making a few hair care products and some body butter. And it's expanded into this like whole self-care oasis. We have like candles and lotion and, you know, hair care, skincare, the full gamut. So our goal is really to promote a holistic approach to self-care. Self-care is what we advocate for in Native Crown. And so we make a little bit of everything to kind of, you know, enhance that self-care and me time for women all over. And it's like the joy. We love Native Crown. We stand for Native Crown all day, every day. And we just have fun with it. We just want to have fun with it and provide really good quality products that are natural. So that's the core of that. Yeah. And you can find Native Crown online, nativecrownnatural.com. We're on social media, Native Crown Natural. We create new products all the time, so you'll always see something new.
Listen, I don't think our audience understands just how much you are invested in this beauty industry, but in a healthy way. Like I watched actually this morning, and then had help my sister Devon Hudson get my makeup right, because Kendall is the girl next door that doesn't wear makeup. Everybody knows that, but I had to get the face right for today. Yes. And I went back to one of your old videos to make sure I was following the steps. And so your journey has been amazing. And to see you take your love for something and transfer it into a thriving business that came out of the pandemic, You know, this is awesome. I am just so proud of you. And the woman that you are, the community leader, the business leader, the thought leader, and the wife
Yes.
I am just full of goosebumps with pride for you. And I thank you, Sharontina. Thank you so much for blessing me and blessing our audience by coming on today. You know, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to ask you to share with our audience one last time how they can find the Native Crown, how they can find the Business Research Lady. We are going to post this on our social media. So if you don't catch it, don't worry. Check us out on our social media. We'll be able to find it there. But Sharontina, share with our audience how they can reach you.
Yes, thank you. So you can find Native Crown. Our website is www.nativecrownnatural.com. You can also find us on Instagram and Facebook under Native Crown Natural. The Business Research Lady will officially be launching on May 22nd, but I do have an Instagram account up and running where I'm already providing resources. You can find me at Biz Research Lady, B-I-Z, Biz Research Lady on Instagram. And again, we'll be launching on May 22nd at businessresearchlady.com.
So guys, if you don't already know about the Native Crown, please make sure you go and check it out. Purchase from Miss Sharontina and her business partner and friend and family. That is so important. Small businesses matter. They are thriving and succeeding during this pandemic. And for those that are not or struggling to thrive and to succeed during this pandemic, maybe you want to check out the other arm of services that she has, the Business Research Lady. Maybe it's something in how you're doing things that could be tweaked, that can be changed, that you can be motivated in doing, and she can help you along the way. She'll be your accountability partner in this process. I just can't tell you again how much I'm so excited for you, the trajectory that God has for you. Sharontina, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
This has been an amazing show. I'm sure you can imagine. Everybody knows me. I love to talk. I love to chat. I am so comfortable with just sitting down in front of people and starting a conversation. But the journey that has been in place to get me to today, I could never imagine. It was something that I actually didn't think was attainable until I sat down and I changed my prayers. And I asked God to make sure that I saw what he saw in me, that I had taken the time to appreciate the gifts that he had given me. And then I took a really, really big, deep breath. I said another prayer with some good sister friends of mine, and we just began to work. And the work came through today. I want to thank all of our guests for coming on, because it truly was all in the family. They came through. They showed out today, from Pastor Michael Steele, the family pastor at New Life Baptist Church. He is the marriage guru. You want to check him out. We had Malcolm Yates and Aunya Grimsley. They're doing amazing work at the PHMC Cedar campus down. We used to know it as Mercy Hospital, but it is the Cedar campus now. And they are doing some amazing work. Aunya is going to send us the answer to Miss Nicole Barrett's question about whether or not the services are free or if they can use their insurance. As soon as we have that answer, we promise to post that on our social media page to make sure that you can contact Aunya directly and learn more about what is happening at the Cedar campus of PHMC. Thank you, Malcolm. Thank you, Aunya. They are doing great work, not just in West Philly, but all across our city. And as they stated, all across our state. Janelle, my sister, I appreciate you. Those EKGs rock today. And Sharontina, the Business Research Lady and Native Crown co-owner. I continue to be proud. The community is in better hands because of the individuals that we saw today on this show. I'm excited about what God has in store for Heart City, for our audience, and for everyone that has an opportunity to interact with this platform. And this is Heart City TV. I'm your host, Kendall Chase. Go forth and do great things.